pretty much everywhere around this track. It's just about trying to stay in front of the riders behind them.
Into the final lap now for Veda, the pole sitter and race leader throughout. You don't always see that in the Asia Talent Cup. He's been able to break away 6.6 seconds clear. It's going to be a big winning margin. Dramas, by the looks of it, further down the order, and that will be right towards the back of the field. So that's Putra and Swain, I think, who were scrapping outside of the point, 16th and 17th places. They're going to be our first two retirements. It's not been generally a race of attrition in race one of this Indonesian round. It is Veda who leads us back into second place now. Hakim Dinish, Ezawa relegated to fourth.
Yeah, Ezawa down into turn 10. That's where he's been able to make that double move on quite a few occasions. He's going to have the run down into 10 to make that once again. But is he going to be brave enough to try and pick off both riders? He knows that for his championship standings, he has to get through on Dinish, who's out in front of this group.
Elbows out, I'm sure, in towards turn 10. One of the best remaining overtaking opportunities. He tries to slot alongside Carter Thompson, but can't quite get there. Dinish remains at the head of this three-rider group in pursuit of those podium places. Thompson's run wide and onto the green paint. That could be vital in the post-race analysis. Ezawa comes through on Thompson for third position. And now it's a head-to-head between the two championship rivals. Hakim Dinish, our current series leader, sits up in second place. Shinya Ezawa, second in the standings, desperate to reverse what could be a major point swing here on the final lap. They make their way through the final sector. It's Dinish defending the position. Ezawa, though, has the inside line. That's the place to be through these long right-handers, turns 15 and 16. Thompson trying to go the long way round. They're three abreast. Dinish cuts back to the inside, catches Ezawa by surprise. Ezawa has to stand it up and back out of it. Big moments as he tries to get back on the racing line. The two championship rivals touch. Veda comes over the line to win his home round in Indonesia. Race one goes to Veda, second over the line to Carter Thompson, and the two championship rivals cross absolutely level, but it's Hakim Dinish who's given it on the timing ahead of Shinya Ezawa, and that will mean, barring any post-race penalties, potentially for Carter Thompson. As things stand at the moment, we're looking at a 6-point margin between Hakim Dinish and Shinya Ezawa coming into race 2 tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, you wouldn't be too surprised if there is a penalty for Thompson for running out onto the green paint at the exit of turn 10, and that would only extend the lead for Hakim Dinish by another point as well. So certainly for our race winner, though, Pratama, such an impressive performance. It was eventually an 8-second margin that he was able to claim this win by.
And that's why I was talking about a potential major swing between Dinish and Ezawa. Because if it had been the other way around and Ezawa moved up into second position and Dinish in fourth, we'd be talking about a different championship leader going into race 2 tomorrow. The Indonesian fans celebrating with Veda Pratama, your race winner, and a good opportunity for the Indonesian flag to be shown as well.
It's quite the makeshift Indonesian flag there, I think, from the marshals, but
it's a good effort.
It's a solid effort from them, and really impressive from Pratama. We saw him win earlier in the season in Buriram, and he's been able to notch up now 5 podiums as well this season, 2 wins and 3 other podiums, and that's very impressive for the youngest rider in the field. It means that a lot of team managers are going to be keeping an eye on him as well, and certainly you'd be excited to see what his prospects will be like if and when he gets to race in Europe and the ETC as well.
Really unfortunate for Veda Pratama that we didn't get to see him complete the weekend of the Indonesian Grand Prix earlier on this season, because that's a 4th podium in 5 races for him, and you would suggest that if he'd had the points from round number 2, at very least he'd be in the top 3 now, if not potentially still a championship contender.
Yeah, exactly, and it's been such a solid season, but a lot of the times in the ATC it's all well and good to win the championship, and that's obviously the target for everyone, but so many times it's the riders that are 2nd, 3rd, 4th in the standings that actually go on to have a big impact as well, and this is about the high points that you have during the course of the season. How many wins do you have? Your wheel-to-wheel, bar-to-bar battles, how many of them do you win? And that's what a lot of people take notice of, and Pratama's been able to pick up 2 wins as a 13-year-old, and with the increasing age